Delizhia Jenkins is an urban fantasy and paranormal romance author who currently resides in Inglewood, California. The love of writing began in elementary school when the passion for storytelling developed into a journey of writing. Over the years, she honed her craft for storytelling and the written word by excelling in subjects such as English and English literature. Over to you, Delizhia.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. So I'll be reading from a snippet from the book of Maya, which is a prequel to the Vampire Hunters Academy series. And so here we go. Can everyone hear me? Okay, good. All right. The day my Uncle Kevin and my mother battled each other on the front porch of our Coven home was the last day that I would see him for several years to come. None of my Coven sisters spoke about that day, not even Hacienda. My mother continued with her daily routines as if nothing ever happened, as if her own brother did not exist. Surprisingly, though, she still allowed me trips to the park, provided I continued to study under the guidance of my sisters. It was my mother's wish for me to focus on voodoo rather than elemental magic or earth magic. And as a result, I began to spend less time with Hacienda. Business had also picked up exponentially, and nearly every week our coven hosted parties. Every weekend, especially before and after Mardi Gras. Men and women from all walks of life came to the House of Beauvais for mystery, excitement, and magic. Morgana specialized in tarot and past life readings, while Janelle offered assistance in root work, divination, and conjurings. Brielle for her skills in death magic and revenge spells. Beatrice for her workings with the ancestral realm and love spells. Camille for her elemental and powerful defensive magic. Hacienda's earth magic, curses, and binding spells. And finally, the all-powerful Marguerite Bouvet herself. There were other services that my Coven sisters provided, but only for the high money-paying rollers who were looking for more than just a stroke of luck or spell work. There were many a night I awakened to the strange grunts and howls that echoed into the hallways from some of the men who frequented our coven. And sometimes, if I woke up earlier than expected, I've witnessed a couple of overnight guests tiptoeing out of the front door. "These men have secrets," Annabelle whispered to me one morning. "Be sure to put down a protective barrier every night. Ask Janelle or Camille to help you with it." "What's wrong?" I asked. "Are these men dangerous?" "Most of them come here to be entertained by adults, your Coven sisters, but there is one who is aware of your presence. He wishes to visit you in your room one night." My eyes widened, and a hard knot began to form in the pit of my stomach. "What does he look like?" "Shaggy brown hair, a long crooked nose, and an uneven smile. He prefers the company of children," Annabelle said to me uneasily. "You have plenty of entities to call on to help you, too. I am always watching over you." "Shouldn't I tell my Coven sisters or my mother?" I asked as I started to panic. I did not fully understand what Annabelle meant when she said that he prefers the company of children, but I could sense that it wasn't good. If anything, the dark tendrils of depravity wrapped themselves around me at the thought. The energy was sinister, and I began to consider the benefits of running away. But where to? I am shielded from them. They can sense the presence of my spirit, but they are unable to identify me for many reasons. One of those reasons being to protect you. The year and the time are quickly approaching for the gates to open, giving Samael the opportunity to escape. I don't want to be here anymore, I confess. Every day that I wake up, I'm scared. I know, and I wish this didn't have to be your story, but you are destined for great things, Maya. Put a protection spell over your room every night. If you ever have to leave your room in the middle of the night, I will be right there to watch over you. I will warn you when he is around. Your guardian Loa is Papa Legba. You can even call him just like Mel taught you. Okay. When Annabelle's voice disappeared, I became overwhelmed by the crushing reality of how alone I was. Granted, Hacienda and Camille were always there for me whenever I needed them. And of course, when Annabelle was around, it didn't always feel so bad when she because she was just a kid like me. The only other person who could really relate to me was Willow, but whenever we met up at the park, we could not talk about witch things or about our covens in front of the other kids. Periodically, she would send me a telepathic message to show me some of the moon rituals her coven was teaching her. I wanted so badly to show her my magic, but given the strength of my power surges, the last thing I wanted to do was hurt her. Plus, I had the sneaking suspicion that my mother would know. Maya, are you ready? Janelle asked as she rounded the corner and entered the kitchen. She stood in the doorway and patiently waited for me to slide down from the tall wooden chair. Yeah, I'm ready, I said, mustering a smile. All right, it won't be too long. I have a busy schedule lined up with several clients. Do you think, let me see. Do you think Hacienda will be home today to take me to the park? I asked hopefully. No, I'm afraid not. Mistress has her out on a special assignment. She should be home soon. But come along, we've got a couple of hours. The rest of my day was spent helping my other coven sisters move things around in the house as my mother prepared for the night's entertainment. Special protective barriers were put down around our outdoor perimeter as word had spread quickly throughout the quarters that Marguerite Bouvet had become a household name, and that alone also put us at risk of drawing the unwanted attention of other dark covens and entities that wished to harm us. By the time everything was done and the daytime clients had finally left the house, I was exhausted. My spirits were instantly lifted the moment the front door swung open and the familiar greasy scent of charbroiled meat entered the foyer. Morgana strolled in, her smile wide with paper bags with Pete's signature cartoon logo of the owner's face. She had bought me a burger meal from the world famous fast food restaurant that had served the people of New Orleans for 20 years. I don't understand how any of you could eat that wretched meat, my mother scoffed when she noticed Morgana coming in with the bag. That food is terrible. To my mother's dismay, me and Morgana loved it. I scarfed down the burger and the fries without shame. Slow down, Maya, Morgana giggled. You might choke, but I didn't. I had not eaten much all day, and Pete's signature aroma permeated the room and was an instant reminder that the peanut butter and jelly sandwich I had for lunch had run its course. Once I showered and climbed into bed, Annabelle's warning completely slipped my mind. As I nestled underneath the sheets, the loud jazz music blaring in the background, my thoughts drifted to my days spent at the park with Willow, Nancy, Lucy, and the others. It wasn't long before I was completely out, phasing in and out of every world the dreamscape had to offer, until I heard the latch turn on my door and the shadowy form of a thinly built man slipped in between the folds of darkness. I've been waiting for this, he whispered. Don't be afraid. I'm here to just play with you, little girl. Do you want to play a game? And that's my time.
Wow.